Good morning to one and all present here. This is Mahathir Mane of grade 10. Today we are going to show you a model where we converted the study into a fun. Here we were feeling difficulty to study the various systems of in human, which we converted into a fun, by which we have taken your various systems such as digestive, respiratory, circulatory and excretory. So this is a model. When we keep it here is a pointer. When we rotate it, where the pointer comes, one of the system where one of the system it stops, and we and our friend mates will going to explain the particular system on how it works and the pathway, various pathways, and how by this we can do a deep study of a particular system and we can study it easily and properly. The respiratory system which I am going to explain. When the human body takes air from the outside environment through nostrils, and there it is filtered through the fine hairs or the mucus which is present in it. It helps in the process of filtering the air, and then when the nostrils, through the nostrils, it is passed through the throat and to the lungs. The throat is protected through the rings of cartilage, which ensures that the rings of cartilage does not collapse when there is no presence of air in it. So when it goes to the lungs, this is the rib cage, left rib cage and right rib cage, which protects the lungs. Now let's have a magnified image of the lungs. Here, the lungs is divided again and again into smaller tubules, which finally terminates into a balloon-like structures called alveoli. Here, the alveoli contains an extensive network of capillaries. Here, the alveoli provides a surface for exchange of gases. Here, the blood from the whole body brings carbon dioxide to the alveoli, and the oxygen present in the alveoli is diffused into the blood, and the carbon dioxide present in the blood is diffused into the alveoli. Now, carbon dioxide present in the alveoli is again released through the nostrils. So, by this process, we can inculcate the oxygen from the outside environment into our body, and the carbon dioxide present in our body into the outside environment. Good morning everyone. I am Priya Kandoli from grade 10, studying in Amri International School. So as my merry-go-round has stopped us at the number 4, so today I will be explaining about the circulatory system. The circulatory system is the transportation system in the human body. It contains the travel agents like blood capillaries, blood vessels, nerves, arteries, veins, and etc. So, as we know that the heart is the most important component in the circulatory system, and we mammals like the human beings have a 4-chambered heart. So by looking at this diagram, we can say that the superior vena cava, the inferior vena cava, and the pulmonary veins are the 3 veins which bring the blood from all parts of the body to the heart, and the pulmonary artery and the aorta are the 2 arteries which take the blood from the heart to all parts of the body. This is a separating wall called the septum, which separates the 2 ventricles so that the oxygenated and deoxygenated blood does not mix together. Now let us have a look how the heart functions. So the deoxygenated blood from the whole body, from the upper part of the body, first enters to the superior vena cava, and at the same time the deoxygenated blood from the lower part of the body enters to the inferior vena cava, and they both meet at the right atrium. While collecting the blood, the right atrium relaxes, and while pumping down the blood to the right ventricle, it contracts. The same is done by the right ventricle. The right ventricle contracts and pumps up the blood, which goes upwards towards the pulmonary artery, and it flows out of the heart towards the lungs, where it will get oxygenated, and then the oxygenated blood from the lungs will enter through the pulmonary vein. Then the pulmonary vein, the left atrium will relax while collecting the blood, and it will contract while pumping down the blood to the left ventricle. Then the left ventricle will also contract to pump up the blood, which will flow through the aorta and will go out of the heart, and this oxygenated blood will be distributed to all parts of the body. So by this we can say that the heart is a non-stop pump which provides us with all the nutrients and energy.
Good morning everyone. Myself Prithvi Valki from grade 10. I am from Angri International School, Belgaum, Karnataka. Here the merry-go-round has stopped on the number 2. So I am going to explain excretory system in human beings. The excretory of human beings includes a pair of kidneys, pair of ureters, urinary bladder and the urethra. The kidneys are located in the abdomen. So now I am going to explain how it works. The urine is produced in the kidney and it passes through the ureter and it released to the urethra. So the process of producing urine is to remove the waste products from the blood, just like CO2 is released from the blood in the lungs. So kidney is the filtration unit of the nephron. The large numbers of nephrons are produced in each kidneys. These kidneys helps to the urine forming kidney enters ureter, which connects the kidneys with urinary bladder. Urine is stored in the urinary bladder. Urine is stored in the urinary bladder until the pressure of the expanded bladder leads to the urge to pass it out through urethra.
Good morning to one and all. Myself Pragati from grade 10, studying in Angri International School, Belgavi. So my merry-go-round has stopped on the number 3. I am going to explain digestive system. This is the human body. When we open it, we can see the full digestive system. Let me explain everything. The process of digestion starts from the mouth itself. The saliva present in our mouth contains salivary amylase that break down starch, which is a complex molecule to give simpler sugar. The lining of the canal has muscles that contract rhythmically in order to push the food forward. From mouth, the food is taken to the stomach through the food pipe or the esophagus. The digestion in stomach is taken care of by the gastric glands present in the walls of the stomach. These release hydrochloric acid, a protein digesting enzyme called pepsin. The exit of the food from the stomach is regulated by a sphincter muscle, which releases it in small amounts into the small intestine. The food coming out from the stomach is acidic and has to be made alkaline for the pancreatic enzymes to act upon them. The walls of the small intestine contain glands which releases intestinal juice. Digested food is taken by the walls of the intestine. The unabsorbed food is sent to the large intestine where its walls absorb the necessary sent out of the body through the anus. Thank you.